Hi there, welcome back on this Friday, the 11th of November, Free Up Friday here on the platform. Normally on a Free Up Friday, we drop the tire and we tone things down a bit, but we are monitoring the weather, we're tracking the weather for you, and we'll have the latest update. We are forecasting some more rain over the next few days here in St. Lucia, and the soils are already saturated following last weekend's deluge. So if you live in an area that's prone to flooding and landslides, you want to be extremely cautious and vigilant now, because the possibility of rains will exacerbate these conditions of flooding and landslides as well. So please be cautious. We'll have the updates for you. We're reaching out to the head of the Met Services. Hopefully he will come on before we end to give us an update on the weather. But let's now connect with Dr. Jimmy Fletcher, former government minister who had responsibility for sustainable development, expert on climate change matters, renewable energy as well, sharing a very interesting perspective on the weather event last weekend. Of course, we are in the Atlantic hurricane season, but apart from the notification that we had made here some 7 days prior to last Sunday's trough, the system took many by surprise. It was a quick turn of events. The day started off quite fairly, and then in the blink of an eye, the weather changed, the weather patterns changed, and a trough system developed, impacting primarily the north of the island. What really happened? What are some of the contributing factors? Many people are relating it to poor disposal practices of our poor garbage disposal practices. But Dr. Jimmy Fletcher, former government minister, he has a very interesting perspective, which we will hear now.
Welcome to another episode of 2 Cents Tuesday. On Sunday, with very little warning, the residents of the north of our island, myself included, were severely impacted by a weather system that dropped several inches of rainfall within a very short period. Within a few hours, roads were made impassable, homes were flooded, cars were submerged, and tens of thousands of people who live in the area between Bexar, Millet, and Rosalie were thrown into a state of panic and anxiety. The timing of this weather system was ironic, because it happened on the same day that the 27th Conference of the Parties, or COP27, of the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change started in Sharm el-Sheikh in Egypt. This is the sixth COP since the countries of the world came together at Le Bourget in Paris to adopt the historic Paris Agreement that was supposed to have been the catalyst for us, for the globe, for all of the countries in the world to save our planet, and in particular, to help the residents of small island developing states, SIDS, like ours, to protect us from the devastating effects of climate change. To say that what has happened since that COP, the Paris COP, COP21, has been disappointing, would be a massive understatement. But I will deal with that topic next week when COP27 enters its final days. For this week's 2 Cents Tuesday, I want to look at the part that we play in these disasters. Keith Nichols, who is a friend and former work colleague, who now works at the Caribbean Community Climate Change Center, or 5Cs as we call it, said to me a few years ago, climate change is everything, but everything is not climate change. I was struck by the accuracy of that very simple but deeply profound statement. It is true that climate change is affecting every aspect of the lives of residents of small island developing states like ours, from the impacts on health to the effects of hurricanes. No sector and no demographic is spared. Therefore, climate change is everything. But it is also true that not all the severe damage that we experience is the result of climate change. Unfortunately, and I do not like to admit this, we are worsening some of the impacts by our acts of commission, the things that we do, and our acts of omission, the things that we fail to do. That is why everything is not climate change. Now, do not get me wrong. Our climate has changed. We are in the middle of a full-blown climate emergency. In fact, I no longer like the phrase climate change because it conveys a deceptive message of a gradual process that will happen sometime in the future. For us, the reality is that future is now, and the impacts are catastrophic. This is a climate crisis. But the level of damage we saw from the very heavy rainfall that took place on Sunday was worsened by poor or non-existent planning, uninspired and uninformed leadership, and irresponsible personal practices and behavior. Let's start with the first. We have not had any serious planning to guide the development of this country for well over 30 years. In fact, some may say since independence. Things just happen, or they are allowed to happen. An investor approaches a minister with a plan to build a hotel or some other large infrastructure project, and all our governments see are the money that the investor claims he or she will pump into the country, the people the investor promises to employ, and the public relations and political capital the administration will get from securing a new investor. Very seldom is this potential new investment assessed to see how it fits within the overall development master plan for the community or the country. Why? Because these master plans do not exist. One of my science teachers at St. Mary's College, Glenn Long, decades ago, once said to me that, and I quote, "Growth just for the sake of growth is the philosophy of cancer cells." End of quote. He is absolutely right. Cancer is caused by some of the cells in a part of our body growing uncontrollably and eventually spreading to other parts of our body where they form new tumors in a process called metastasis. Sometimes I get the sinking feeling that the type of growth we are allowing to take place in our country is following that same pattern. The sad thing is, government agencies are also major culprits in this regard. How else can we explain why the Dame Paulette Louise Primary School was built in the middle of a floodplain in Union? The experience from Tropical Storm Debbie alone should have told us this was not a good idea. But clearly, either one agency did not talk to another, or the advice that was given was ignored. It is also why every year, during the annual river desilting program that is undertaken by the Ministry of Infrastructure, the officers of the Forestry Department are left frustrated and annoyed when they see contractors scraping the riverbanks and leaving them even more exposed and vulnerable. And even worse, sometimes uprooting and destroying the saplings and young trees that had been planted along the banks to bind the soil together. How do I know this? Well, I know because I hear the complaints every year. Why have we allowed housing developments, livestock holdings, and other human activity to be established in or near important watersheds and watercourses? Why do we still allow people to build homes in flood zones? Two things inevitably happen. The watershed is severely compromised and contaminated by the human or livestock activity. And when there is heavy rainfall, like we had on Sunday, any and everything and everybody remotely close to the watercourse is left extremely vulnerable. Yet, we continue to do these things because we refuse to engage in any long-term development planning in this country. Then there is the issue of uninformed leadership. Despite our leaders saying all the right things on the international stage about climate change and the existential threat that it poses to our country, they continue to do or promote things that run counter to the danger they are predicting. When the previous administration spoke about creating the Pearl of the Caribbean in Viewfort, they were ignoring the fact that even the most conservative climate models for sea level rise show serious impacts to the eastern side of the town of Viewfort, with anything approaching a 2 degrees Celsius warming. Presently, we're on track for global warming of 2.6 degrees Celsius. Both Hurricane Thomas and the Christmas Eve trough caused the closure of Eunora International Airport because the Latuni River, which used to go across the runway, that's the Eunora International Airport runway, before it was retrained, burst its banks and flooded the runway. Yet, we entertained recreating the Palms of Dubai in the same general area. By the end of this century, the Pearl of the Caribbean would probably have been the lost Pearl of the Caribbean, like the lost city of Atlantis, submerged under at least 1 meter of water. More recently, we have heard of plans to redevelop Port Castries. But this spot is only 1.5 meters above mean sea level. When the mangroves were removed in Gantas Bay and replaced with a concrete wall, the entire area was made significantly more vulnerable to sea level rise. Again, another example of poor, uninformed planning. Some modeling work that was done by the 5 Cs showed that with a conservative estimate of a 1 meter increase in sea levels, the land surrounding 35 seaports across the Caribbean would be inundated, and there would be loss or damage to 21 CARICOM airports. A 2 meter sea level rise, which is not unlikely given how quickly the Arctic is warming and how fast the ice there is melting, would result in the loss or damage of 31 CARICOM airports and the land surrounding 35 CARICOM seaports being inundated. I desperately hope that these models and what they imply are being actively and seriously considered by our planners and developers as they review plans for the redevelopment of Eunora International Airport and Port Castries. If we go ahead and develop these critical ports without paying attention to what the science is telling us, we cannot lay all the blame for the damage that will inevitably occur at the foot of climate change without shouldering some responsibility. Finally, there is the issue of irresponsible personal practices. Just look around you after a major rain event, and you'll be horrified at the amount of household waste and plastic that is left behind. We dump our refrigerators, stoves, sofas, any old appliances, almost anything, anywhere. It is not uncommon to see people dumping old household appliances directly into a river. What do we think happens to these items? Do we think they magically disappear or are safely transported to some waste disposal site somewhere at the end of the river? No, they travel until they get to a place where they block drains, culverts, and watercourses, which in turn leads to serious flooding. We continue to clear trees and vegetation from steep slopes for a variety of reasons, with no thought whatsoever about the high levels of risk and vulnerability we are creating. Where we once had hillsides covered with trees and vegetation that bound the soil together and prevented it from being washed away during heavy rainfall, we now have houses with roofs that concentrate rainfall and deposit that concentrated rainfall within a relatively small land space. All these houses that are concentrating rainfall on the hillsides, serviced by drains that are not meant to handle large volumes of water, combine to worsen the disaster we should have experienced from Sunday's rains. On the positive side, I am happy that everyone is now much more sensitive and aware of the existence and impact of climate change than they were 7 years ago when we started the 1.5 to Stay Alive civil society campaign. It pleases me to hear government and private sector leaders affirm that climate change is real. However, what saddens me is that so many engage in practices, or at the very least, facilitate behaviors that worsen the impacts of climate change. When we assess the damage caused by the rainfall event of Sunday, the 6th of November, we'll find that the loss and damage was significant. We may also find that the amount of rainfall that came down within the short space of 90 or so minutes was unprecedented. Maybe it was a 1 in 100 year rainfall event, I don't know. However, if we do a little honest introspection, we will also realize that we have contributed to the worsening impacts of disasters such as these. So yes, climate change is real. It is very real. But the cover of climate change does not give us an excuse to behave irresponsibly and recklessly. If anything, it reduces our margin for that type of behavior, our margin of error for that type of behavior. We cannot continue to do the things we could have gotten away with in the past. Like the saying goes, we need to check ourselves before we wreck ourselves. Thank you for viewing another 2 Cents Tuesday. Have a safe and productive week. Goodbye.
Thank you so very much for staying with us. The presentation, a feature here by Dr. Jimmy Fletcher, former government minister responsible for sustainable development, energy, science and technologies. We missed him this past Tuesday on 2 Cents Tuesdays. I thought it was a very interesting perspective that couldn't have waited for next week to be featured today as we reminisce the impacts and the effects of last Sunday's trough system. We're still counting the loss. We're still counting the damage in many communities in the north of the island. Interestingly, that the system occurred just as negotiators, climate experts, government leaders were preparing some to jet off. They were just preparing to gather in Egypt for the annual conference of parties, a gathering held every 12 months or so, which brings together climate and analysts, experts, government leaders, NGOs as well, to explore the impact of climate change and what they are doing over some 27 plus years now. They're trying to hold key governments, key development partners to targets which will help reduce their greenhouse gas emissions and contribute to limiting the impact of climate change. They're also trying to trump up support, financial support in particular, to assist countries like ours who are on the front burner, who are on the front door of climate change, so to speak. They're trying to get funding for us to be able to respond and build back from the impacts of climate change. How well they have done over the years, if you ask some, not well enough. But the Conference of Parties continues. St. Lucia's Minister for Sustainable Development now, Sean Edward, he is in Egypt, where he made a passionate plea yesterday, Thursday, to the international community to really provide support, financial support to countries like ours, to assist us in coping with the loss and damage associated with climate change. The Global Climate Fund, that 100 billion, is it? 100 million US, is still below, significantly below that target which was set several years now ago in Paris, the Paris Agreement. So negotiators are still trying to lobby special interest governments to trump up their support and to hold firm to their commitment to make funding available for us here in small island developing states, not just in the Caribbean, but the pockets of these SID countries around the world as well. The impact is real. We saw it last Sunday, and the interesting perspective from Dr. Jimmy Fletcher. Between an hour and a half or 2 hour window, we saw substantial rainfall. So as has been the projections, and we've said it here on this platform, you can expect with climate change rainfall to intensify, and for these intensified periods of rainfall to become a lot more frequent as well. So whereas you didn't have an extended half day or so like we had for Hurricane Thomas, you had just about a 2-hour window of rainfall, and you could see the destruction that it caused in the north of the island. So that's real evidence for you of climate change. The other interesting perspective that Dr. Fletcher shared, and I want to spend some time on it for a while. Our phone lines are open so you can call us as well. Again, it exposed our poor planning practices here in St. Lucia. 2022, we still do not have a proper land use policy, so governments after governments continue to facilitate investment in the public and private sector anywhere and anyhow. I say to you I'll explain exactly what I mean. Without a proper land use policy which will guide and clearly demarcate where is the best areas to build what sort of developments, without a policy like that, we're just doing it anyhow and anywhere. So as Dr. Fletcher rightly pointed out, the situation now in which we now see with the Dame Paulette Louise Primary School, unfortunate situation where the student population have lost now a week of classroom hours, should not have happened if we were following the science and if we were planning properly. And the Dame Paulette situation is just one of many situations. We build government projects, housing and otherwise. We facilitate private sector project, touristic and otherwise, in any location. Once the investor comes with the money, we don't track the science. We don't have a land use policy to guide us along the way. So we built Dame Paulette in a flood prone area. Now we see the impact. Now we have to catch the loss. Now we have to tally the damages. And now we have to put in infrastructure, costly infrastructure, which will help us cope with the next possible impact, the next possible assault from the climate. So that was another interesting perspective that Dr. Fletcher shared. And the third one, which we shared all throughout this week, our poor garbage disposal practices. Just look around. You saw what happened in Marcia, entire family coming together to throw what looked like old stove in the Marcia River. That didn't just disappear. You go figure exactly where it went. It goes down to our marine area. It's going to affect our coral reefs. It's going to affect the fishery sector as well. And it affects people living downstream. So when Castries floods and Conway floods and Jeremy Streets flood, it's because of what you're doing upstream in Marcia, just dumping your solid waste in the river. So all week we have highlighted this, and we've encouraged citizens to take greater responsibility for their garbage disposal practices. Dr. Fletcher highlighting it as well. So come in. We are entertaining your phone calls this morning. Free Up Friday edition of the program. Later on, Mr. Andre Joyer, the head of Med Services, Director of Med Services, he will be with us on the platform as we are staring down what looks like a weekend of more rain in St. Lucia. If you live in an area prone to flooding, you can expect flooding, you can expect land slippages as well. So we want to alert you beforehand. We are in contact with the Director of Met Services, who will join us hopefully in just a short bit as well to give you all the information so you know what to do and how to prepare ahead of the weekend. You know what happened just about 5 days ago, 6 days ago now. We're still counting the loss, and we're still counting the damage as well. Interesting discourse all on the Facebook platform. Let's take a short commercial break. 8 o'clock in St. Lucia and the rest of the Eastern Caribbean. When we return, my very special guest from COTS, St. Lucia Unicoma, she should be ready, and we're getting ready to say thank you to you in a big way from 3 p.m. If you're going to be in the north of the island and Marisil area as well, you want to join us for that celebration today. COTS is saying thank you. It's already looking and feeling a lot like Christmas. They're getting ready for Black Friday as well. Lots happening with Unicom. My very special guest should be at the next end of this commercial break. Then we will continue to monitor the weather with the Met Services before we conclude. Let me just take in before the break one comment which really is in line with what we're discussing now before we go to a break. Good morning to everybody online. Special hello to Miss Anita James, who is always a very good supporter and friend of the show. Happy Friday to you, Miss James. And she's asking a question: does government really want a proper land use policy? You know how many years that work has been started on that policy and completed? It just needs to be implemented. Must get real with some review. Need political will of all administrations. Of course, Ms. James, you're spot on. We spent time, we spent resources, financial and otherwise, compiling such a draft policy. It just sits on a shelf, like with many other policy documents, drafts and otherwise. But the big question from Ms. James: does government really want a proper land use and policy? We'll take a break and come back. It's Free Up Friday right here on the platform of Vibe at Sunrise.
Get your clothes sparkling clean with whiter whites and brighter colors. Use Joby antibacterial washing powder. Ultra concentrated formula gives more washes with brightening factors added to keep your clothes looking new. And with the added organic fabric softener, your clothes will be soft and fluffy. Joby antibacterial washing powder is also effective in stain removal for cleaner, brighter, softer clothes with the sweet scent of early spring morning. Use Joby antibacterial washing powder. My family, my love, my Joby. Available at supermarkets island-wide. For orders, call 455-3076.
Mourning a loss? Hot 7 TV wants to help you celebrate the beautiful memory of your loved one with In Loving Memory, Celebrating Lives. Whether it's a birthday, a wedding anniversary, or some memorable occasion, or the anniversary of the passing of the dearly departed, Hot 7 TV will create a moving video tribute of that special person, showing how much he or she meant to you. Treasured memories, unforgettable moments. Share them with the world and repeat the airing as often as you'd like. Help keep your loved one's memory alive forever in the minds and hearts of all who care. In Loving Memory, Celebrating Lives. Contact us at telephone number 452-6040 or email us at inlovingmemory@caribbeanhottv.com.
A young man from Bagatelle is dead. Calls on the public to not stigmatize his fatal accidents along the Bexar Highway leaves Trinidad. Shannon welcomes the scrutiny of its CI. One man is in police custody following the shooting death of the wife of a police officer.
Look out for the midday news with Daniela Edwin on Hot 7 TV.
We ready. ready for the road, the road, the road. Yo, St. Lucia, it's your boy Pablo saying a wonderful good morning to you wherever you are. And don't forget, every weekday on Hot 7 from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m., something called Vibes at Sunrise with your boy Shannon Lebourne. Tune in to keep informed on the latest news and everything going around in the country. You don't know the vibes. Pablo in the building.
Welcome back. Thanks for staying with us. It's a Free Up Friday version, Free Up Friday edition of the program. Good morning, St. Lucia. We've had a very eventful week on the heels of what happened last weekend in the north of the island, particularly from Bexor, Labey, all the way up north to Cap Estate. These communities affected in the main by the trough system of November the 6th. There's some more rain on the horizon, so to keep you in the know, to allow you to be prepared, we have on the phone line now the Director of Met Services, Mr. Andre Joye. Mr. Joye, thanks for agreeing to come on, so good morning.
Yes, good morning, sir.
First, let's review, if you can, last weekend. What happened last weekend took many by surprise.
Okay, we had an upper level trough affecting us, and because of a shift in the winds, it caused the rainfall to be isolated in one area, which was the north of the island, and we had close to 6 inches in some areas.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to add that we did have a flood warning out, a flood alert, and persons didn't take heed, but the intensity was a little high. We didn't anticipate so much rain in a short space of time, and the fact that the soils are already saturated, most of that rainfall ran off and caused flash flooding.
The intensities for you is real evidence of climate change, but as you say, it speaks to a recurring issue where people don't seem to pay close attention to the weather bulletins from the Met Service. The warning went out, but people are still saying they didn't hear and they were surprised.
Yes, from Friday, because of the upper level trough being in the region, we had our flood warnings from Friday. So most likely, since Friday didn't have much, well, we did have rainfall, but it didn't cause any flooding. Friday, Saturday didn't have much. So they figure, Sunday won't have any. But then, as a Met officer, once an upper level trough is in the area, we are always, aware of the fact that we could get lots of rainfall.
Excellent. Thanks for that. Let's look ahead. We have some more rain on the horizon. What are you seeing?
Okay, well, we just had a tropical wave that passed through, and it's in the Caribbean Sea right now. So the tail end, it would still have moisture in its wake. So today, tomorrow, we're expecting partly cloudy skies with a slight chance of thunderstorms.
Okay.
There is a surface trough to the east of us, and that could we'll continue to monitor it because it doesn't move like a tropical wave. It lingers a little. So we'll be monitoring that system. So during the early part of next week or the coming week, we will continue to monitor and appraise persons of what to expect.
And that surface trough you're saying should not be of much concern this weekend, but early in the new week you will update us on the lingering tropical wave south of the Lesser Antilles now. You're saying that the tail end should bring some more inclement weather for us.
Well, from St. Lucia south to Trinidad, Trinidad had some flooding yesterday, and we're expecting that the conditions would, in the fact that the area is wet, St. Lucia, all our soils are wet. We anticipate that any little rainfall could cause flooding. So we are mindful of that, and we have issued a flood alert on our weather reports.
Yeah, the flood alert has been transmitted by us here. What do you say to citizens? What should be the focus now?
Well, we are still in the hurricane season. I should like to add that even though we're not in the hurricane season, there's still systems that affect us, such as the Christmas Eve trough. So climate change has kind of changed a lot of the way we do things. But whenever the Met Services put out, flood alerts, it's for a reason. Person should take heed and take the necessary precautions. Park your vehicle in areas that will not be flooded, because we won't know exactly what happens in your area. If you live in there, then you would know. You'd be the best one to know if it floods, what happens. So then you do the necessary.
Yeah. Lastly, Mr. Director, the ITCZ, the Intertropical Convergence Zone, is still a threat here?
Not at this time. I think it's directly over Trinidad right now, and we will be monitoring it to see if it fluctuates, moves up north, or remains where it is.
Okay, so we'll keep in touch with you. Thanks for coming on this morning, Mr. Joye.
No problem.
All right. Andre Joye, Director of the St. Lucia Met Services, providing a very important update today, Friday, as we continue to monitor the weather. Earlier on, we brought through the weather report from the Met Services. Mr. Joye providing some more detail on what we can expect today into tomorrow. Partly cloudy skies with some chance of thunderstorms as well. There is rain on the horizon as a result of a tropical wave which passed us yesterday, but it's still lingering in and around the Les Antilles, south of the Les Antilles, near Trinidad and Tobago now. But the tail end of that tropical wave system is what is going to bring some more rain today and over the next 24 hours, possibility of thunderstorms there as well. There is a surface trough that the Met officials are also monitoring. It's in the region as well. It doesn't pose any immediate threat to us here in St. Lucia or the Eastern Caribbean region, but it might be an area of concern Monday, Tuesday, heading into the new week. That is a surface trough system moving a little bit differently to the movement of a tropical wave. So we rely on the expertise and the insight, the foresight from the Met officials next week, Monday, God willing. But a flood warning has been placed in effect for St. Lucia, as we just heard from the Met Services Director. So if you live in an area prone to flooding, be on the alert, be extremely cautious. Bexar, Labewell, Corinth, yourself now included, Central Castries, Ancillary and other areas prone to flooding, Denneries. You may never know where exactly those thunderstorms and inclement weather associated with that tropical wave, that lingering tropical wave will hit. So be on the lookout. The soil is already saturated. Any more rain will mean concern for us here in St. Lucia. We'll keep you abreast once we have the information. My special guest from the Unicorn of St. Lucia Limited, she should be ready now, and we will go to her next. If not, we can bring you the word for the day is ready. Don, correct? Word for the day is ready. So let's go. Word for the day. Cindy Ann from Cots just said to me she's ready, just like they always are with Cots Ready Cash and all what's happening of Cots. So we'll go to Cindy Ann in about 2 minutes time. But let's bring you now the word for the day. The word of the day today, Friday, November the 11th, brought to you with the kind compliments of Joby Laundry Detergent, distributed by Fruit Seafood Limited, Joby Antibacterial Washing Powder, My Family, My Love, My Joby, sponsors of the word of the day for today, Friday, which comes on screen right now. Dotty, an adjective. I like it, guys. Good week of good words. Doughty, today's word. It means brave, strong, and determined. Who picked this one? K or you, Dan? Dan says he picked this one. Doughty, today's word. A family, let's use it now in a sentence. A family sent gifts to the Doughty firefighters for saving their cat. Let me use another sentence. Who's going to applaud our Doughty police officers for the work they do each and every day? Yeah, a word of the day. Doughty, an adjective. It means brave, strong, and determined. Brought to you with the kind compliments of Joby Laundry Detergent, distributed in St. Lucia by Fruit Seafood Limited. Joby Antibacterial Washing Powder. My family, my love, by Joby.
Get your clothes sparkling clean with whiter whites and brighter colors. Use Joby antibacterial washing powder. Ultra concentrated formula gives more washes with brightening factors added to keep your clothes looking new. And with the added organic fabric softener, your clothes will be soft and fluffy. Joby antibacterial washing powder is also effective in stain removal for cleaner, brighter, softer clothes with the sweet scent of early spring morning. Use Joby antibacterial washing powder. My family, my love, my Joby. Available at supermarkets island-wide. For orders, call 455-3076.
Next, we share with you some fantastic deals available now headed into the Christmas period at Unicorma Courts St. Lucia Limited. My very special guest is already standing by. You stay with us. It's an interview you do not want to miss. Already beginning to look and feel a lot like Christmas, only at Courts. Nice. I tell you, Courts AKT, they're getting ready for the festive season. Courts Optical getting ready as well. Courts Ready Finance is ready to support all your buying needs for the festive season. Unicorma on the whole, they're ready for Christmas. Cindy Ann, good morning. It's my time of year. It looks like your time of year as well.
It definitely is our time of year over here at Courts. Like you said, all the brands, which is Courts Optical, Ready Cash, as well as Radio Shack. We're ready to serve. We have some amazing deals in store. And again, we're starting off the festive season with Black Friday. So Black Friday has launched over here at Courts. We're saying shop now, shop today, take advantage of all the amazing deals in store.
We'll talk about those deals in just a bit, but today, Friday, an important one over at your Marisol branch. Customer appreciation. Definitely. Tell us about that.
It is customer appreciation at all of our branches today. However, at the Courts Marisol branch, we're doing it extra special with live performances a live performance from DYP. We also have Piton Bear partnering with us, and they will be doing some free sampling at the store, as well as customers will get the opportunity to win prizes from Piton. We also have, Quartz also has our own prizes that customers can win when they purchase, and we're talking about hams, turkeys, shopping vouchers, fuel vouchers, and so as well as free gifts with purchases. So we're calling on all of our customers. We'd like to say thank you to our customers. We'd like to let them know that we appreciate them and we appreciate their business. So we're inviting them to celebrate with us over here at Quartz Marisol.
Right. Today from 3 p.m., make it a lime and be a part of all the action. Black Friday, the promotion has started. People always look forward to the Black Friday specials at Quartz. What's on taking this time around?
Well, Shannon, with Quartz, at Quartz right now with our Black Friday deals, you know, most customers wait until November 25th, which is the official Black Friday deal. However, we're doing it different over here at Quartz. We normally do things really different, and so we're saying Black Friday launched. It has launched. It launched since the 24th of October, and we keep bringing forth all the deals, all the amazing deals to our customers. Currently, we have deals on our, again, Black Friday is not Black Friday if you don't have some of our amazing television deals in store, right? And some of those deals where customers can save really, really big on their television purchases. We have this TCL brand television, which is an Android smart TV, starting at only $599.
What?
Only 32-inch television, yes. So you see why I'm excited. I'm pumped to bring all of these Black Friday deals across to our customers.
And when you shop for Black Friday and get all these deals, you also have an opportunity to get some cash back rewards as well.
Definitely, Shannon. Cashback rewards. You shop now in the month of November, and you can get your cashback rewards and redeem them in December. So you shop now in November, you come on down, you shop, and you get your cashback rewards. Now, Shannon, another amazing thing with our Black Friday deals, we have all of these deals on in store right now. However, customers may think it's such a great deal. I may need my cash to purchase, and we're saying to you, no, you don't. You don't need cash to come on down to Quartz and take advantage of all.
Cindy, and you're joking?
Yes, you definitely don't need the cash to come on down and take advantage of all the amazing deals. I mean, all the amazing deals in store right now. So zero down, you pay nothing down till 2023, Shannon. Till 2023.
Cindy, hold on. Now, Masav, keep on your Creole. I don't know how strong your Creole is. Somebody say Munset this here. Usa shop bokots a poeza sala.
Usa vini shop kote kot salaja. Usa vini kote Marisol, Schwaz, Soufouye, V4, Ek Castri Asushoseya. Ek vini shop salaja. Zero down.
Until 2023. No money down until 2023. You can get all your heart's desire at Unicoma Quartz right now. The good thing I like about shopping at Quartz, Cindy, and you can shop in comfort, you know you're buying your products and you have warranty, but this time around you've put in some extended warranty for this particular festive season and shopping period. Tell us about the extended warranty deals that you have available.
Well, Shannon, extended warranty is very important, and when you purchase your item, all of our items come with a year's warranty on it, and that is the manufacturer's warranty. However, we're offering our customers extended warranty where you can get where you could get further insurance on your purchase in the event that you have the product malfunctioning, where you could come on down and get it replaced. You could get it repaired, and all of that will not cost anything on your pocket.
The Super Shield extended warranty will cover you for 4 years with Unicoma. You can shop in comfort this Christmas season. As we wind down, Cindy, and what else is happening for Christmas now all the way through to December 31st?
Shannon, we have a lot in store for our customers for Christmas, and we're saying Christmas, but I would like to definitely focus on Black Friday.
Yeah.
Bring Black Christmas in our pockets for now. So again, we have our television deals happening right now at Quartz, and I could run through it quickly. We have our TGIF 40-inch for $9.99. We have the 43-inch for $11.99. We also have the 55-inch. Imagine that, a 55-inch for only $1,599. We have the 50-inch for $18.99, as well as the 65-inch for $2,199.
All joking at Cots, class. It looks like Christmas and Santa come way too early down at Cots. These prices are just amazing, fascinating as well.
They are, Shannon, they are. Now is the time to get the homes ready for Christmas. We have exceptional deals on our furniture pieces as well. You could purchase a Bethel nightstand for only $300 when you get the Queen mattress. You could also take advantage of the offers on our dining room sets, and with our Ashley pieces are just amazing. Customers need to come on down to see for themselves. With the purchase of an Ashley Britson dining room set for only $2,199, you get a free display unit, which is valued at $699. So the deals are in store. We have up to 70% off on items store-wide, and we're giving our customers that price guarantee as well. Like I mentioned, most customers are waiting for November 25th to shop. They're saying that deal must get better over at Quartz, and I'm saying to you, come on down, shop now. We're giving you that deal. We're giving you that guarantee that if you shop now, if you shop with us at Quartz and you purchase an item and it is later reduced, we will refund you 110% of that.
No.
With that guarantee, there's no need to hold back. There is absolutely no need to hold back. You can shop now.
They say that's a guarantee. If you shop now, Cots is guaranteeing you. If you see the item for less of a price, they will refund you 110%.
Yes, 110% of the difference.
Difference.
Yes.
Wow.
And that is items purchased here at Quartz.
Absolutely.
So during sales right now, during our current Black Friday sales, so our customers can definitely shop with confidence, knowing that the price that they're getting is an absolutely wonderful, amazing deal.
You can't miss out with Cots. Cindy, we'll talk again closer to the Christmas. And we know lots is happening, but again, go shop at Cots. You don't need money right now. Nothing down until 2023.
Thank you, Shannon. Thank you, listeners.
You're most welcome. It's our pleasure. Cots bringing value home. The deals are at Cots and only at Cots, beginning to look and feel a lot like Christmas.
Yes, it is.
You shop now and you pay nothing down until 2023 at Courts. And if you need some extra cash as well, Courts ready cash, ready finance. They're ready to finance all your Christmas needs, all your festive season needs as well, and all your daily needs. Visit any Courts outlet today and check out Courts ready cash options. Today as well, it's Customer Appreciation Day. Put the graphic up for me quickly as we wind down just about 8:30 in St. Lucia now and across the Eastern Caribbean. Customer Appreciation Day live with DYP today, Friday, November 11th. Courts Marisol, free P-top here, Messier, sampling and coupons as well. And you could win free gifts and prizes with Courts today at Courts Marisol. Thanks so much, Don. Thank you. And if you see Don and myself riding in style for Christmas, you know where we got it from. Courts. So we're furnishing our apartments and we're doing the do with Courts. We encourage you around the island to do the same as well. Today, Friday, let me share some information with you. Perhaps you've been looking forward to the reopening of the Heineken brewery outlet at Union. A very busy period today. It normally would be a busy period today, Friday. I'm going into the weekend as well, half day on Saturdays. But that facility remains closed. That's the Heineken depot at Union in Castries. The Heineken outlet there remains closed until Monday. They hopefully will resume on Monday for business after they would have done all the cleaning as a result of the flooding. Remember, their premises was flooded out on Sunday past as well. So they've been working hard this week. Just be cautioned that they're not open today, Friday. They wouldn't be open on Saturday, but God willing, the Heineken outlet at Union will be open Monday of next week. How do I know, Don? Because I appreciate my Heineken and Peter as well. Yeah. Let's now bring you the financial tip for today. On this platform, it's built just for you. We give you news, information, entertainment. We're also trying to share with you some financial tips as well, because we want you to make more money in 2022. We know it's difficult to make a buck these days, but we want you to make more. And when you make money, we want you to make greater use of your money. So we put together this segment that we've called You and Your Money. That we share with you financial tip. Up next, your financial tip for today.
And now for your financial tip. Keep track of interest rates. With almost any financial move you make, interest rates will follow. Credit cards, student loans, mortgages, savings accounts. These are just some of the types of loans, debts, and the financial accounts you'll have that come with an interest rate. Why is it important to keep an eye on interest rates? Knowing the interest rates on these various types of accounts is essential because you might be spending more or earning less on your various debts and saving commitments. It's best to keep an eye out for your interest rates so you know what accounts to focus on. This has been your financial tip.
Your financial tip for today, we'll have a new one on Monday, Godspeed. You can join us throughout the program weekdays, Monday to Friday 6 to 9, where we give you financial tips right here with yours truly, Shannon Lebourne. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, I have some very, very special friends that we must spotlight on today's edition of the program. So you want to stay with us for that. And then there's an exciting initiative in support of Breast Cancer Awareness Month that is going to roll out this weekend. I'll spotlight it in just a bit. Free Up Friday. Thank God it's Friday. We're here until 9.
Always wanted a motorcycle, but they've been too expensive. I pass in on my way to work, and then boom, I see Courts have motorcycles outside. I'm excited. I get up one day, I go down, I spoke to this guy. I think his name was Sheena, this short, chubby little guy, you know. I purchased 2 bikes so far. It was the 150 SL and the 250 Dragon. These blue beautiful AKT TT Dragon. This is my baby. I call her Becky. She gives me the best ride ever. My name is Storyboy Nick and I live to ride my AKT.
Get your clothes sparkling clean with whiter whites and brighter colors. Use Joby antibacterial washing powder. Ultra concentrated formula gives more washes with brightening factors added to keep your clothes looking new. And with the added organic fabric softener, your clothes will be soft and fluffy. Joby antibacterial washing powder is also effective in stain removal for cleaner, brighter, softer clothes with the sweet scent of early spring morning. Use Joby antibacterial washing powder. My family, my love, my Joby. Available at supermarkets island-wide. For orders, call 455-3076.
Mourning a loss? Hot 7 TV wants to help you celebrate the beautiful memory of your loved one with In Loving Memory, Celebrating Lives. Whether it's a birthday, a wedding anniversary, or some memorable occasion, or the anniversary of the passing of the dearly departed, Hot 7 TV will create a moving video tribute of that special person, showing how much he or she meant to you. Treasured memories, unforgettable moments. Share them with the world and repeat the airing as often as you'd like. Help keep your loved one's memory alive forever in the minds and hearts of all who care. In Loving Memory, Celebrating Lives. Contact us at telephone number 452-6040 or email us at inlovingmemory@caribbeanhottv.com.
A young man from Bagatelle is dead. Calls on the public to not stigmatize his steel accidents along the Bexar Highway leaves Trinidad. Shannon welcomes the scrutiny of its CI. One man is in police custody following the shooting death of the wife of a police officer.
Look out for the midday news with Daniela Edwin on Hot 7 TV.
Yo, Wagwan Massive, this is your boy, Moto there, and it's all about Good Morning St. Lucia, vibes at sunrise, with Shannon Lebourne, yeah man, 6 a.m. to 9 a.m, the thing is always lit on Hot 7 TV, you don't know, Moto endorsing the vibe, you don't know, what she like, she like the chicken on the rice, chicken and rice.
Welcome back. Thanks for staying with us on this Free Up Friday edition of the program TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. We have some time left, so let us know what are your plans for this weekend. And we want you to go on out and whatever it is that you do, be safe as well. Let me give a big shout out now and put the video up down as soon as we can. Give a big shout out to some very special people within this society, some very special youngsters as well from the south of the island. The Special Education Center in View Fort, they hosted their road race during the course of this week for the students, the differently able students who attend that center. Over 50 students participated in that event. I must give them a shout out this morning on the platform, and they were supported by parents, teachers, and well-wishers as well. It's 2 years they haven't had the road race because it was affected by COVID, so I know it brought a lot of joy and excitement, smiles to the faces of the differently able students to take part in the road race this year. You have an issue, Dan? Right here, I think we fixed it. So I know it was an extremely special moment for them. This week, Wednesday was it, when the special ed school in Vieux Fort hosted their roadway race. We say thank you to the police as well, who gave them support through the traffic the division, and to everybody who went out and supported the activity. 50 plus students, they all are special. Each and every single one of them are very, very special, and have their own unique abilities as well. So we want to highlight them this morning, the special ed students at the Vieux Fort Center. Let me tell you, see at the finish line there, at the finish line, I don't think we'll get to the finish line because it's a pretty lengthy video, but at the finish line, every student, all 50 of them were winners at the finish line, and that was the highlight for me. 50 students participating. If you ask me, every student won. Yeah, because just coming out and completing, participating, having fun is a win for me. It's a goal for me. Big shout out to the parents as well and the teachers who ably supported them as well. Nice to see. Dan, we have the photo from Castries. Yeah, the road race. No. The road race from Castries will be that. It came with the breast cancer awareness thing. They're in orange as well in Castries. Yeah, we have it. So kudos again to Vieux Fort, the Special Ed Center. Shout out and love to all the children down there, all the participating students and the parents. Thanks for showing them that amazing support. Nice. Big shout out. Yeah, thank you. You can take it down now, Dan. And yesterday, the Donata School in Castries, they hosted their special road race event as well. Let's put that up. We have to show them some love. We gotta big them up. Special friends of the show, special citizens of our St. Lucia. We have to always show them some love. That's them coming in there at the finish line. Big celebration. Happy faces. Everybody was involved. Everybody was a winner as well. So congratulations to all the participants. Congratulations to the teachers and the parents and all the well-wishers as well for showing the kids some love. We have to make them continue to participate in activities like that. So the normal kids can do it. I'm certainly sure they deserve an equal opportunity to do it as well. They're normal and special in every sense of the word. Don French, big shout out. Thanks for that image as well. Let's take it down. Take it down now. Down just about 15 minutes before 9 o'clock. We wrap up on top of the hour of 9. Let's get all the good news out of the way before the bad. Let's go to the breast cancer awareness activity, which happens this weekend. November is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Did you know? And Veterans in Sports, they've been partnering with Unicom as well, and some very important partners to host a Veterans Kick for a Cure tournament. It concludes this weekend at number of venues. No, is it just one venue? So a number of matches